Hello and welcome to our number talk. Today we are looking at the expression 25 plus 46. What we do in a number talk is we use mental math. That means no paper and no pencil to try to solve an expression, and then we come together and find all the different ways that we could have used to figure it out. So before we go any further, let's go ahead and do that. Pause the video, figure out 25 plus 46 in your head, and when you have the answer, unpause the video. We will look at all the different strategies together. So the first thing we could have done is used the associative property. So this is our grouping property that lets us take 3 or more addends and we can put them into different groups to add them in different order. And so we're going to use that to make tens. So let's take a look at our first addend. We've got 25, and we think, how far away is that from the next 10? Well, the next 10 would be 30, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these 5 from my 46 and add them over here with my 25. So this is what it looks like. I've got 25 and 46. I'm going to keep my 25 intact, split up my 46 into the 5 that I need to make that 25 up into a 30, and then whatever's left, which happens to be 41. So now I've got 3 addends, 25 plus 5 plus 41. The 5 plus 41, that's where the 46 went. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my associative property to simply shift the parentheses. I want to add my 5 and 25 up first because I want to get that 25 up to a 30, which means I'm just going to then add the leftover 41, and look at that, 30 and 41. Hopefully you had this answer in your head. That gets us up to 71. Another strategy we could have used is using friendly numbers. So friendly numbers takes our addends and looks to see, are there easier numbers within either of the addends that we can use for mental math. So those friendly numbers usually end in a 5 or a 0. My 25 is already fine, so that's easy to add with. This 46 is close. If that was 45, that'd be a little bit easier just because 5s are a little bit easier to add with. So I'm going to keep my 25 together, and I'm going to change my 46 into a 45 plus 1, and I'm going to use that same associative property to shift my parentheses so that I get my 25 and my 45 first. And that's going to be really easy because I can kind of do that in 2 steps. My 5 and 5 make 10, my 20 and 40 make 60, so my 60 and 10 make 70. And I just got 1 left over, so 70 plus 1 gets us back up to our 71. Now, many of you will go straight to place value, and that's a great strategy when using mental math. What we do is we look at each addend in expanded form. So 20 and 5, that's what 25 is. 40 and 6, that's what 46 is. Now, we're going to need to regroup so we can grab our tens right there. So I've got my 20 and my 40. I want to add those first, but they're not next to each other. So my commutative property is my order property. It lets me change the order of addends. That's why 5 plus 8 makes the same as 8 plus 5. So I want to reorder them and regroup them so I can get my 20 and my 40 together. That's 60. And then my 5 and 6 together, we will have to regroup on that one, but that's a basic fact we should know. 60 and 11, so that gets us 71. Now, adding up chunks is kind of like the place value strategy, except we keep our first addend together. So 25 plus 46, let's keep that 25 just the way it is, but let's break up the 46 just like we did last time. 40 plus 6, and I'm going to use my associative property to shift the parentheses so I can add up my 25 and my 40 first. So 25 and 40, that's going to give me 65. Then I've got 6 left over. I got to grab that second. So 65 plus 6, we have to regroup a little bit up to 71. Now, compensation is a fun strategy, and it really kind of changes the equation. We're going to look at both of our addends and find the one that's closest to the next 10. And really, it's this 46. If I just had 1, 2, 3, 4 more, I can get it up to 50. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 4 away from my 25, which just leaves me with 21. So it totally changes that number. But I'm going to add them over here to my 46. Let me draw them over here. So now my 46 turns into a 50. So I took 4 away, but I added them to the other addend, so that's still a balanced expression, plus 4 minus 4. And look what I have here, 21 plus 50. Look how easy that is to add. There's no regrouping necessary. 20 and 50 get you 70, and there's your 1. So your answer stays the same. So those are all the ways that I can think of to add 25 plus 46 in our head. If you can think of another way, that's great. Go ahead and add that as a comment on the video. If you are a teacher and would like a copy of the slide deck for your own use in the classroom, you can find it on my website at 5minutemath.net.